Hi, I'm Dennis Wilson. At Delta Dental of New Jersey, we're committed to educating the public about the importance of good oral health and its role in our overall health and well-being. That's why we're proud to support the important healthcare programming produced by the Caucus Educational Corporation and their partners in public television.
Funding for this edition of One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been provided by the New Jersey Education Association, Wells Fargo, Delta Dental of New Jersey. Everyone deserves a healthy smile. The Russell Berry Foundation, Felician University, a 21st century education based on timeless values. New Jersey Sharing Network, dedicated to saving lives through organ and tissue donation. And by Virtua. Promotional support provided by NJ.com. Small news, big news, True Jersey. And by the New Jersey Business and Industry Association.
This is One-on-One. I'm an equal American just like you are.
The jobs of tomorrow are not the jobs of yesterday.
Look at this. You got this?
Here it is, man. Look at that.
Life without dance is boring.
When you first heard that they were doing Charlie Rose and Gayle King, didn't you go, what?
Do you enjoy talking politics?
No. People call me because they feel nobody's paying attention.
Our culture, I don't think, has ever been tested the way it's being tested right now.
Such a good question. High five.
Hi, folks. Steve Adubato. Welcome to One-on-One. It is my pleasure to introduce one of the many great educators in the state and in the region. He is Jaime Valente. He's Director of Performing Arts at Teaneck Community Charter School. Good to see you, Jaime.
Thanks for having me, Steve.
You're a music teacher.
I am.
11 years.
11 years.
You admit that.
Yeah.
Proud of it.
Proud of it,
Why
exactly. Music just connected with me when I was in school. I was one of those kids, I did well in the core subjects, but I spent the whole day waiting to get to choir and to get to band. So it was a logical progression. I wanted to move that passion onto another generation of students.
And this is part of our series that we do in cooperation with our friends at the New Jersey Education Association. They do a great series called Classroom Close-Up with our sister station, if you will, NJTV. And you're about to see a piece from Classroom Close-Up, the great series there. This is called The Musical Brush, is that right?
Yes.
Let's take a look at this clip, The Musical Brush. It's an initiative that you guys have, right?
It's an initiative we started this year, funded through an NJA Frederick L. Hip grant. We applied, and it's a brand new program based on a new concept, and they funded it. We just actually wrapped our final session of it for the year a couple weeks ago.
Talks about bringing together the fine and performing arts.
It does.
Why don't we take a look at the clip and then we'll talk?
Sure.
It's called The Musical Brush, Classroom Close-Up. Let's check it out.
All right, The Musical Brush is a concept Miss Abby and I came up with, figuring a way to relate emotion in art and music.
The concept for The Musical Brush was to bring students and an adult from their family together into the school to have an educational experience that bridges the gap between art and music. You can clearly hear emotion in music. You can see emotion in art, but how does one translate to the other? They come up with their own answer throughout the night by working together and painting a canvas inspired by a style of music and an artist chosen by Miss Abby and myself.
So we're going to introduce you to a new artist tonight. His name is Corey Barksdale.
Once I saw his artwork, I fell in love with it. It's amazing. It's these bright, vivid colors. Looking at his paintings, you feel jazz music. You know that, and he does. He listens to the music while he paints, which is exactly what we're doing tonight.
Because jazz is such a mixture of different types of music. So how do we show that through art? Maybe the blues are influencing part of your canvas and something more rhythmic is in another. How do we make it work together?
Try and now just splatter paint.
You want me to splatter?
When I paint, I feel like I can be very creative. I can just paint whatever's on my mind and all my stretches just go away.
A lot of people will say when they hear music, they hear colors or they see colors, and I think this is a way to help them actually put it on the canvas.
I like that.
When I think of jazz, I see darker colors than usually other songs because they kind of make it a little deeper sometimes.
Our big goal was stop having visual arts and performing arts be separate. How do we finally put the two together and let a student and an adult learn? And that's where the project came from.
I want them to maybe see their parents in a different light than they did see them, a different way to communicate with each other, through colors, through lines, something maybe that they can't normally express to their parents.
There's no wrong answer when you come to the musical brush sessions, and that's what education should be. We're not teaching you facts and figures. We're teaching you how to think and be an individual, and that is what we're looking forward to do with the parents. Bring them in, help them foster individuality and creativity in their children.
I mean, how awesome. Parents, kids together, working on their art while listening to this great music. Where'd the idea come from?
Miss Abby and I were talking. We had been through a staff meeting that was, centered around how do we bring the parents into the school in a positive light. We spend so much time nowadays talking about Common Core or the park. And
you mean standardized tests?
Standardized tests.
Don't you love that?
It's, as a music teacher, it's essentially against everything we work to build. We work to build creativity, and you can have your thoughts and I can have my thoughts, and they're all valid as long as you can back them up with your knowledge. Standardized testing is the exact opposite of it. It's, here's the right answer, and there's this way to get to it. Use this way.
It may have its place in certain subjects, but in the fine and performing arts, bringing them together, creating, is different.
Absolutely. Because when you create something, you can't be wrong. When they're listening to this music and they're saying, this is how it makes me feel, then how can you tell somebody that's wrong?
Or it's not good.
Exactly. It's what they worked on this with an adult from their family. So it could be, in some cases, they bring mom, dad. We had aunts and uncles, grandparents, older siblings, whoever you wanted to bring. And it fostered communication in a way that they don't get a lot of times. We had parents say to us, this was the longest discussion I've had with my kids in a while.
This was a powerful interpersonal experience for them.
Absolutely.
Did you anticipate that?
That was actually a pleasant side effect. We were hoping that it would allow the students to communicate with their parents in a different way, explaining how they're being creative. But when a parent comes up to us and says, I found out an experience my kid had because they said, this reminds me of a time when I, and then they inserted the example there.
Well, let me ask you, as an educator, when we've spoken to so many terrific teachers, educators through this series that we're doing on public television and our partners at FIOS as well, with the NJEA, and I'm blown away by the passion, the commitment, the excellence of these educators. For you, what does this do for you?
This reminds me of why I decided to teach. It's helping students be who they are, show a creative side, and give them an outlet that they might not receive otherwise. We are a public charter school.
Make that clear to people. People say, oh, it's a charter school. You are a public.
We are a public school. No student that attends our school pays any cent of tuition. There's no application or audition process in any way. Their parents decide if they're a resident of Teaneck and they'd like to go to the Teaneck Community Charter School. They enter our lottery for kindergarten. And if their number is chosen, they have a spot in the school, and we actually have a very extensive waiting list of students who are hoping to get into the school.
What happens for some of these kids moving forward in terms of the potential outlets for them in these arts?
With us being in Bergen County and so close to New York City, the opportunities are endless for these students. We have students who've been accepted into arts high schools. We've had students now go on to college to pursue dramatic arts and fine arts from our school. And we actually have a great deal of parents in our community who are arts professionals themselves and come into the school to volunteer to build up the opportunities for our students.
Jamie, before I let you out of here, my obsession, yours is music and teaching. Mine is leadership and the art of leadership and teaching about leadership. Greatest lesson you learned about leadership is?
Everyone has value. Everyone has something that they contribute to a process, whether your title is the CEO or you are an intern. Everyone has something they can contribute, and you have to find that in them.
I want to thank you. We thank every educator who comes on this series for the work that they do for teaching our children every day and making a difference in their lives. It's the most honorable profession that we know of. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Jaime Valente, Director of Performing Arts, Teaneck Community Charter School. Thanks so much. Stay with us. We'll be right back right after this.
To watch more One-on-One with Steve Adubato, find us online and follow us on social media.
We are pleased to be joined for the first time talking about oral health with Dr. Cynthia Jetter, who is a general dentist. Good to see you, Doctor.
Good to be here, Steve.
The term periodontal disease, what is it and why should we be concerned about it?
Periodontal disease is a fancy word for gum disease. And gum disease in its earliest forms is as innocent as maybe a little bit of blood in the sink when you're brushing your teeth, and it runs the gamut all the way up to your teeth are loose and there's pus between your teeth and they're coming out.
Okay, so let's play this out a little bit. That's probably happened to countless people in our audience right now. At what point does that little bit of blood, okay, become something we need to be worried about? Because say you're flossing, you brush your teeth, I see the blood there all the time, a small amount. When do we say to ourselves, wait a minute, I need to get this checked out? Should there be no blood?
There should be no blood,
oh,
ideally.
Is that right?
That's correct.
Wait a minute. So no blood is what we should be going for. And by the way, the reason there is blood is why is that?
Well, bacteria in your mouth cause inflammation, and it's the inflammation in your gums that causes the bleeding when you're brushing and flossing. So as soon as you see some blood in the sink when you're brushing or when you're flossing your teeth, that's probably the time to see your dentist.
Is that right?
Yes.
So it's not even the amount of blood, it's any blood?
That's correct.
Okay. And the reason, let's be clear, because as we were doing research for the show, and we did a roundtable about oral health recently on our sister program, Caucus, New Jersey, and I was really taken aback by the fact that there are other diseases, other serious health problems that are directly connected to periodontal disease. Let's break these down.
Yes.
What is the connection between periodontal disease and diabetes?
The inflammation that occurs in your gums and in your whole body from periodontal disease has been shown to be linked to a greater risk for diabetes. So when you take care of any kind of gum disease that you have and treat gum disease, you're really going to impact your overall health. Now, if you already have diabetes and you have gum disease, if you don't treat your gum disease can actually make it more difficult for you to keep your blood sugar under control.
Okay, so it can get worse?
Yes.
And what about the cardiovascular issues?
We believe that the inflammation that's caused throughout your body from periodontal infections is linked to cardiovascular disease also, and stroke.
And stroke.
Yes.
So if someone says, well, it's just my teeth, my gums, they're wrong.
Absolutely. Everyone wants healthy, beautiful teeth.
So it's not just a cosmetic issue. Be clear on this.
Absolutely. It's not just a cosmetic issue. We all want a beautiful smile. But good oral health is actually more important than what we have previously thought because of the association of these greater systemic diseases with gum disease.
Now, the other thing that we were talking about right before we got on the air is pregnant women are, and if I'm wrong, you tell me this, there's some potential problems if a pregnant woman has an issue with periodontal disease. There could be potential issues regarding low birth weight babies.
That's correct.
Why?
Well, some studies indicate that there is, again, an association between the inflammation in your gums and preterm birth and low birth weight. Some studies have indicated that treating that periodontal disease during pregnancy may not improve the chances of decreasing low birth weight babies or preterm birth. In actuality, it may be more effective to make certain that your gums are in optimum health before you actually become pregnant.
So let's talk this through. Give people some concrete advice. First of all, how many times and how often do we brush our teeth? Should we?
Ideally, we should be brushing our teeth at least twice a day for approximately 2 to 3 minutes at a time.
2 to 3 minutes?
Yes.
Not the 20, 30 seconds?
Absolutely not.
Because?
Because we want to remove all of the bacteria and the plaque that form all around your teeth and gums, because that is the beginning of the gum disease.
Okay, and so get the camera on me, Bob. This, for 20, 30 seconds, is a problem. Talk about more about this. Why is this better? I've heard this.
When we use a circular motion,
right,
it actually is more effective at removing plaque from in between the teeth and at the gum line, because not only do you want to clean the teeth, but you also want to make certain that all the area around your gums is clean also.
And the flossing, how often?
At least once a day.
At least once a day?
Yes.
After meals? But nighttime, daytime, morning what?
I recommend at bedtime. You brush your teeth, you floss them, and then don't have anything else to eat or drink after that. And you may get the most improvement in your oral health that way.
Genetic issues here? Like if your father, mother, relatives have oral health issues?
Absolutely.
Wow.
There are some people who are genetically predisposed to disease, to gum disease, and even though they stay on top of their oral health, they may still suffer from gum disease. But with the extra effort that they put into their oral hygiene, they can keep the disease at a minimum.
Quick question before I let you go. Why did you choose dentistry? Why do you love it?
Oh, I love being a dentist. I love helping people restore their teeth to health, have a beautiful smile, and see people gain back the confidence that they lost when they lost their oral health.
You make a difference in people's lives.
I try to.
Well, you've helped a lot of people today. Dr. Cynthia Jetter, who is a general dentist from Voorhees, New Jersey. We're all the way up in northern New Jersey. I want to thank you for coming all the way up to our studio here in Patterson to be with us and share a lot of important information about periodontal disease, oral health. We thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Stay right there. We'll be right back right after this on One-on-One.
To see more One-on-One with Steve Adubato programs, visit us online at steveadubato.org. If you would like to express an opinion, email us at info@caucusnj.org. Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/Steve Adubato PhD and follow us on Twitter at Steve Adubato.
We are pleased to welcome here on public television and FiOS and on digital platforms all across, you know where they find digital places. Hakika Dubose, owner of Power Stretch Studios in Upper Montclair and also Westfield, New Jersey, and in New York City and other locations in the future. How you doing, Kika?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much.
I disclose all kinds of things on this show, because I have business relationships and other things, but I have to disclose that we have a relationship.
Yes, we do.
Not a romantic one.
No.
Because you have better taste. But we have a stretching relationship, do we not?
Yes, we do.
You don't like to admit that either.
I love to admit it.
Because I'm pretty tight.
You've gotten so flexible.
I am not. A couple years ago. By the way, tell everyone the whole thing. What is it?
So it's Power Stretch Studios. It's an assisted stretching studio. So you lie on a mat and our stretch coaches gently stretch out your entire body for you. So we help take away all of the tension that's been locked and trapped inside of your body. So you lie there limp and we do all of the work for you.
Oh, hold on. Wait a minute. Gentle.
Gentle.
Why do we say gentle?
So we follow the client's natural pattern of breath. That's how we add towards the client's flexibility without pain, and it's a very organic way. So as the client exhales, we add a little bit of a more stretch, and we hold it there. So each time they come in, they get more and more flexible.
But you developed this.
I developed it.
How?
So I was...
Your background. Talk about your background.
Right. I was a trained dancer. I acted and I danced professionally. I started dance late in life when I was 13. So I was obsessed with stretching. I used to roll around on the ground trying to become as flexible as my competition. I did. And so during a slow work period, I started stretching clients inside of a tiny gym in Bloomfield, and they loved it.
New Jersey.
Bloomfield, New Jersey, and they loved it. So I developed the method based on my own routine, how I got flexible, and it started helping others become more flexible.
And you started another studio, then you built and you got bigger, and
yes,
and that's how it happens. And your clientele, describe, other than people who are in broadcasting,
right,
you have a whole range of other folks, such as,
right,
you don't have to name them, but all kinds of
so we
professions.
have 8-year-olds all the way up to our oldest client is 85.
Is that right?
We have professional NFL clients. We have teachers. We have 9-to-5 office workers. Basically, your body creates a cast based on your lifestyle, what you do for a living. And so most people's cast kind of looks like this. So what we do with our program is we help them break free, stretch free, so that they feel like a normal person again. So we have a wide variety of clients.
It's interesting. The first time I ever came into the studio, I remember at the end of it, you were like, wow, because my shoulders were back. You kept telling me about a string on the top of my head. You're like, I'm gonna pull this string, and I felt not just taller, but beyond that, more significantly, totally opened up. Why?
Right, so a lot of the tension and tightness we create ourselves just based on holding unnecessary muscles, slouching. So a good way to completely eradicate that is to imagine a string lifting your head up nice and tall. So as you walk, as you stand, you're just basically dangling from that string. So everything is properly aligned and there is no tension held within the body.
So play this out for a second. It's about 5 o'clock in the afternoon. We're taping on a Wednesday. I've been here in this chair since 9 o'clock this morning.
Yes.
Right? So what's my body going through right now? Seriously.
So do you feel tense?
You know I do.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay, so basically like while I'm sitting in this chair, I'm completely relaxed. I'm not holding any muscle groups. So like something that we do is you inhale and then you exhale, but when you exhale, completely let go of the muscles that you're holding. Usually it's your neck, your shoulder, so just let it go. Just let the chair support you. Don't hold yourself up in the chair. That's why we have chairs, because they help support us.
That's why I was trying to get my posture.
Right, so imagine the string lifting your head up nice and tall. The rest of your body is just relaxing into the chair. So you don't want to hold your body in any position. You're kind of just chill, relax. Yeah, there you go.
So I know what it's done for me, and I still have a lot of work to do. And you know, I will tell you, one of the worst things about me is that I can blame it on the schedule, but the reality is I miss too much. And then when I miss a few weeks and I come back, I'm struggling. There's a big payoff in consistency, is there not?
Yes, there is.
What is it?
So most of our clients come once per week, and what that does is it helps keep what we've worked on. If you do miss a week, or even at the end of the week when you start to feel tense again, you usually have one muscle group that's very tight, so we tell you to stretch that muscle group on your own each week. So when you come back, it's not starting from from the beginning. You're still making progress on your own. It's usually just one muscle group that's kind of like restricting your whole body.
One of the things that I find fascinating about you, we've had these conversations. I'm not supposed to be talking to you while we're doing these stretches, but I found out about you. Not only is your background interesting, but you built a business. You're building a business. You weren't trained to be an entrepreneur.
No.
How'd you learn?
So for the first, when I decided to go into business.
You were in dance and you were acting and like, I think I'm gonna run a business.
So I kind of wanted to create something of my own. So I'm like, well, I'm good at stretching. I know how to do it. I know about the human body. I don't know about business. So what I did, the first year that I actually started, all I did was read books on business, marketing, strategies, and I started in a small office with a real estate agent and a partition. So all I had was a mat and a ball. And so he eventually kicked me out because the business started like growing, but I just educated myself. I read. And I always tell people, if you don't know how to do something, read. That's why, books are there. You can do anything you want. And that's what I try to promote.
And your confidence grows all the time?
Absolutely.
And what's the 5 years from now, what's it gonna be?
5 years from now?
Yeah. Your operation?
5 years from now, right now we're branching out into different states. So 5 years from now, I hope to have 20 locations rather than 3, yeah.
Wait a minute, hold on. What happens when it creates all that stress in your body? Because you're gonna have 5 locations, 20 locations.
You stretch, I'll book a session with a stretch coach.
You serious?
Relax. Yeah, like I'm really good at relaxing. It's something I've learned over the years. So.
In spite of all the pressure?
Yeah.
You can deal with it.
I can deal with it. Before I go to sleep at night, I completely relax into my bed and I let go of all of my muscles and I'm completely like limp. I didn't know people can't do that. I didn't know it was something that people can't do. But I basically rid my body of tension before I start the day over.
You're also a great mom. Your son is how old?
6.
That guy's a great little guy. I see him all around. Hakika Dubose, owner of Power Stretch Studios in Upper Montclair, New Jersey, Westfield, New York City, and who knows about the future. KIKA, thank you for what you've done for me and countless others. Keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes.
One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been a production of the Caucus Educational Corporation, celebrating over 25 years of broadcast excellence. Funding for this edition of One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been provided by the New Jersey Education Association, Wells Fargo, Delta Dental of New Jersey, the Russell Berry Foundation, Felician University, New Jersey Sharing Network, and by Virtua. Transportation provided by Airbrook Limousine, serving the metropolitan New York, New Jersey area.
At Virtua, we don't cut the quad tendon for knee replacement, so you don't have to cut anything you love to do. It's what we don't cut that counts. The Virtua Joint Replacement Institute. Visit GotMyLifeBack.org today.